if you would just touch upon, maybe your thoughts, what you're seeing from a personal perspective. You don't have to go into politics, but from a social perspective, how this might play out for the next year or so, and what you're optimistic about. We want to keep this on the positive, right?
Yeah, okay. Optimistically, I am optimistic
It might be the
that
shorter
as
list. It'll make it easier for you.
I am optimistic that as nothing is getting back to normal, but I do really think that there's a genuine, like kind of a mindset switch here, like that this is normal now, and we are not going to accept like abrupt school closures and stuff. It's been great to see California kind of come out and say like last resort. Whereas, a year ago, it was like, your kid can't go on the playground. What a switch, which really should tell you what they've seen, the damage that was done from those policies. But I think once this, at least the school and the childcare piece gets a little more cemented, I think you might see some of the labor kind of come back. Because I know personally, I have a number of female friends who had to take major steps back from their professional lives to handle the instability, of these social systems should be there, like school, notably school, and when we look at like this great, I don't know what we're calling it at this point, this, great departure from working, and all these open positions, I think that people aren't considering enough how much childcare is coming into play there for so many families. And I keep going back to women, of course, because I am mostly surrounded in my professional life by women, and knowing the challenges of particularly people that have to work in person somewhere, like a senior housing community. It's very difficult if your child, here in California, if your kid has a symptom like a headache and gets sent home from school, they're home for 2 more days out of an abundance of caution. And well, you're our nurse, we need you here right now. And so I think that it's so multi-layered. I do think there are people that aren't rising to the challenge and stuff, but I think that the childcare piece is such a huge part of why we are short-staffed pretty much everywhere at the moment. And so I'm optimistic in 2022 that we'll start to see a little more return to that. And in the long view, I'm optimistic that America might recognize with secure childcare comes better workers. You have people that have such a big concern addressed,
Sure.
on the regular. And of course, I know you spend time in Holland, and I did as well. And some of those countries, you just look at the models that are there, and you think, why can't we do that? And then you realize that Holland's like the size of like Pennsylvania. I mean, and then you realize why we can't do exactly what
Sure.
they do. But you can at least look and say, like, I see why some things work here.
Sure.